Hello, this is a supplementary video to the video recorded recently covering the latest updated version of my Excel gliding log sheet. And this is specifically for those people that have got an older version of the log sheet and want to copy the information on it to the new version. So first thing you need to do is make a backup copy. Make sure you've got a safely backed up copy of your current sheet. Maybe send it to yourself in an email or whatever. Make sure you can refer back to it if anything goes pear-shaped with what we're about to do now. Then open up the new blank version that I've sent you, that I've supplied, and go to the glider types tab, which is already open on this one, and make sure that every glider you've flown in that's currently listed in your current log is listed here. I've given you plenty of space to put all the types in. So registration and the glider type, make sure you put them in. I've deliberately removed one here and I'll show you why in a minute. So make sure you've got all your current, every glider you've flown in listed here, because that'll make the new version work properly. And also wherever you've flown from, so on the common data tab, make sure you've listed every place you've flown from in this area here. And the reason for these is that in the log, these are what appear in the drop down. So that the glider registration, any that are in that you've currently flown in will show here. And likewise, wherever you've flown from, so location here, they will appear in that drop down there. So make sure you've got that sorted. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this screen temporarily and go to effectively what is your logbook, although I'm using an example version instead. Okay, so if you imagine this is your log sheet as it is at the moment. So I'm going to firstly left click there, left click again, and then still with my left finger down, drag up to the top of the column. I say the top of the column to the first cell that's got that data in it. If you go too far, don't worry. I'm still got my finger down. If I get to that point there, now let go, and then right click, copy. I'm going to change which screen I'm sharing again to the blank one. Okay. Click in the column we want to put the information in, the first cell of it. Right click. Now the important bit here is that we're pasting in values. We're not pasting in formatting. So what I do now is I navigate down to the 1, 2, 3, left click. And by doing so, I put in the values. So Huff becomes K13. DGA, notice, becomes NA. In other words, it doesn't know. And if any of your columns become NA, then that basically means they're not correctly included in the glider types tab. So I can actually, if you know what the registrations that you've flown, what glider types they are, you can then go back to this tab here. So DGA, if I put it back in there, and it's K8. And click away from that, and then click back to log. Magically, it's repaired it there. So it's not unrecoverable, but if you get any NAs in this column here, that's the reason for it. So do the same thing as in with the dates, the date column, and then if we go across to the, I'm just going to change what I'm sharing again to the example, share. So just to show you that I can copy all three at the same time. Now, ideally, you don't want to go too far beyond it, but I'll show you it doesn't actually matter. So right click, copy, stop share. blank, share, right, left click, right click, and yet again, it's the values I'm interested in. So I come down to there and click, and just click away so they're not all grey. So notice that I've got all three columns, but the important thing is that the functionality has stayed the same. So that's still a drop down. That's still a drop down. If I had pasted the formatting as well, I'd have taken away the drop downs, or could have done. So you do the same thing with the date column and the same thing with the location and column, comments column, and hopefully everything should be okay. Save it and compare the information that you've got in your running totals with your current log. So compare between the new and the old versions, and hopefully everything should tally up. If it doesn't, send me a message and I'll try and work out what's going on. Hope that's helpful. Bye for now.